Hi boys and girls, I'm Miss Sparkle and this is Rosie Posey. Today we're going to be sharing a story with you called A Turkey for Thanksgiving. We're going to sing a fun, silly song and do a craft that you could maybe put on your Thanksgiving table. How fun would that be? You could even make one for everybody at your Thanksgiving table and maybe put their names on it. That would be even more fun. Let's start our book. A Turkey for Thanksgiving by Eve Bunting, illustrated by Diane Groat. A Turkey for Thanksgiving. It was Thanksgiving morning. Mr. Moose helped Mrs. Moose set the Thanksgiving table. "Sheep will sit here. He likes a chair that's straight up and down," Mr. Moose said. "Rabbit here. Porcupine here, Mr. and Mrs. Goat here." He smiled at his wife. "Isn't it nice to have friends to share Thanksgiving?" Mrs. Moose set 2 paper pilgrims, one at each end of the table. She placed a paper turkey with its great fan of a tail between the candles and stood back. "They look good, my dear," Mr. Moose said. Mrs. Moose sighed. "Yes, but I wish we had a real turkey. Everyone always has a turkey for Thanksgiving. Everyone but us." Mr. Moose nuzzled Mrs. Moose's head. "Well, that won't do. I will go this minute and find you a turkey for Thanksgiving." Mr. Moose put on his cap and went out. Mist wandering through the bare trees. The cold made his nose water. Rabbit poked his head from the rabbit hole. "Mr. Moose, is it dinner time?" "Not quite yet, Mr. Moose. Mrs. Moose wants a turkey. I'm off to find one." Rabbit joined him in 3 quick hops. "I'll come too." "You want to hop?" "Oh, just like Rose hopped." Moose's warm breath hung white in front of him. Snow crunched under his hooves and made little holes that Rabbit jumped over. "I see the goats," Rabbit said. Mr. Goat raised his head and spat out the tin can he was chewing. "Is it dinner time?" he called. "No, not till I find a turkey," Mr. Moose said. "We saw one down by the river," Miss Goat told him, and Mr. Goat added, "A fat one." The goat leaped down from the perch. "We'll show you." Sheep was farther up the hillside looking round as a furball in a winter coat. "Is it dinner time?" he bellowed. "First I have to find a turkey," Mr. Moose bellowed back. "There's a turkey nest on a riverbank," Sheep called. "Wait for me." The earth smelled of ice and moss as they crunched along. Above them, Crow hung, black as a puff of wood smoke. Porcupine was hiding in the underbrush. "It's you," he said, and he put his quills down. "We're off to get a turkey for Mrs. Moose," Mr. Moose explained. "Do you want to come?" "I'm slow," Porcupine said. "Pick me up on your way back." "Pick you up?" Sheep asked, and laughed as he bleated off. "Why would you not want to pick up a porcupine?" "Oh, that would be prickly, wouldn't it?" He was just teasing, wasn't he? "I'll wait," Porcupine told Mr. Moose. They saw Turkey's nest right away, and Turkey himself peering over the top of it. "Turkey! Turkey!" Mr. Moose called in his sweetest voice. "Oh!" Turkey blundered from the nest and ran. Mr. Moose lumbered after him. "Turkey, don't run. We just want you for Thanksgiving dinner." Turkey ran faster. It says, "Do not disturb. Come back after Thanksgiving. No turkey here." Mr. Moose saw the red and blue sheen of Turkey's neck. Turkey's tail brushed cones of snow behind him as he tried to fly. "Too fat," Mr. Goat said. Turkey's legs bent in the middle as he fell. Mr. Moose put a booted hoof on his head and smiled his great toothy smile. "I hope you don't have other plans for Thanksgiving, Turkey." Turkey doesn't look too happy, does he? He helped Turkey up. "My wife won't mind that you're too fat," he said. "Let's go. It's getting close to dinner time." They marched Turkey in front. "I'm sorry about this, for I can see you don't want to come," Mr. Moose said. "But I must insist. A promise is a promise." Why do you think Turkey doesn't want to go? Why do you think? What do you think he's thinking? There was a wreath of dried fruit on the moose's door. Inside the house was filled with Thanksgiving smells. Mr. Moose hid Turkey behind him. "Look who I brought, Mrs. Moose," he said. "Sheep, the goats, rabbit, and porcupine, and ta-da!" He pushed Turkey around in front of him. "For you, a turkey for Thanksgiving." Mrs. Moose clapped her hooves. "I'm so happy to have you, Turkey." "Thank you, Mr. Moose. Now everything is perfect." "Shall we sit?" Sheep asked, heading for the straight up and down chair. "Let's," Mrs. Porcupine pointed. "Rabbit here, Porcupine here, Mr. and Mrs. Goat here, and look, I brought a chair from the other room in hopes of Turkey." A chair?" Turkey stammered. "Right next to me," Miss Moose said. "Light the candles, Mr. Moose." There were bowls of acorns and alfalfa sprouts, dried since summer. There was willow bark and cured grass and wild parsley. There were pressed leaves, thin and pale as new ice on the pond. "I hope you will find something here of your liking, Mr. Turkey," Miss Moose said. "I wasn't sure of your taste." "You are so kind to worry about my taste," Turkey said. "I thought you'd be worried about how I'd taste." "Heavens, no!" Mr. Moose smiled his big tooth smile and filled everyone's cup with cold spring water. It's so nice to have friends around the table at Thanksgiving. Turkey's waddle wobbled. It's even nicer to be at your table and not on it, he said. "Happy Thanksgiving, everybody." Happy Thanksgiving, Turkey. Oh my goodness. That was such a great story. Why did Turkey not want to go? That's right. He thought he was going to be Thanksgiving dinner. But was he Thanksgiving dinner? He wasn't. He got to be a guest at Thanksgiving. That's pretty awesome. I bet he was much happier then. Okay, before we do our activity, let's learn a fun song. It's called Hello, Mr. Turkey. Goes like this. Hello, Mr. Turkey, how are you? Hello, Mr. Turkey, how are you? With a wobble, 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 and a gobble, gobble, gobble. Hello, Mr. Turkey, how are you? I'm going to try that again. Do it with me. Hello, Mr. Turkey, how are you? Hello, Mr. Turkey, how are you? With a wobble, 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 and a gobble, gobble, gobble. Hello, Mr. Turkey, how are you? Oh, that's such a fun song. I like that song. Okay, in the link below, you can actually print off the craft that I'm going to do. Now, for today's craft, you're going to need this paper. You're going to need a toilet paper tube, crayons, maybe markers, scissors, and glue. You're going to need all of that. And I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and like the video. That would help me out a lot. Okay, so we are going to make a little turkey for your Thanksgiving table. This right here is going to be the back part where the feathers are. You can make this however you want. You could color it all one color. You could color it all kinds of colors. And then this is the little turkey head and body part that's going to go on the front of the toilet paper tube. So what I'm going to do, ooh, if you had the little dot markers, that would be fun too, using the dot markers. Since I have markers, I'm actually going to use some markers today. And first I'm going to start with the turkey. And we know that turkey's wattle is red. So I'm going to color his wattle red. And I'm going to color his beak yellow. Oh, bless you, Rose. Did you hear Rose sneeze? She's sneezing. Then I'm going to color his feet orange. Now remember, this is your activity. You can make it however you want to make it. Here's one. There's another. So both of the feet. I wanted to do orange. And then, you know what? I'm going to make mine kind of fun. My favorite color is pink. So I'm going to make the body, or I'm going to outline it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to outline with pink. This isn't my favorite pink, but I like it. So I'm going to outline it in the pink. Ooh. I do like it a lot. Sometimes it's really fun when you outline things. Just makes it look brighter and more cheerful. Okay, and then I'm going to use crayons and I'm going to color the body with the pink. Then, oh, I wanted to do the legs too. I forgot to do the legs. I'm tracing the inside part because I'm going to cut this out. And if I trace the outside part, I'd cut that off. So that's why I'm tracing on the inside. Does that make sense? Here we go. And then, you know what? I think I'm even going to do the head pink. This is my turkey. I can make it how I like. Your turkey might be all colors, or maybe a brown turkey, more like a regular turkey, I guess, could call that. Ooh, oh, I love that. Color the head. Oh, look what I forgot. I forgot to go around one of the eyeballs. Whoopsie. Gotta go back around. I try not to do that because it's harder to trace once you color. It's easier to trace before you color. Got a little like there. Oh, there we go. I like turkey. Awesome. Now for the feathers back here, if you get out of the line, that's okay because we're going to cut this whole half circle out, okay? And I'm going to use some markers and some crayons, and I'm just, let's see. I think think I'm gonna do it like, kind of like a pie. That looks about right. Is that right? Oh. Okay. I'm going to use different crayons. Let's see what I want. I want one of them to be orange. Use the bottom of my paper. Now remember, I said if you get out of lines, it's okay. Because we're going to cut this out. I want mine to kind of be symmetrical. That means the same on both sides. So that's going to be orange and this is going to be orange. Now remember, you make yours how you want. Then I would like, ooh, this beautiful green. Hello, Mr. Turkey, how are you? Hello, Mr. Turkey, how are you? With a wobble, 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 and a gobble, gobble, gobble. Hello, Mr. Turkey, how are you? You could also do that song with claps if you wanted to. I like to do the funny little points. Point your fingers. That makes me, I like that a lot. Then I'm gonna find a really beautiful blue. Let's see here. Ooh, this is called blue-green. This is one of my very favorite colors, blue-green. In the box of 24 crayons, I don't know if there's still the blue-green and the green-blue, but there, when I was a kid, there was. And we would talk about which one was our favorite. We liked the blue-green better or the green-blue better. And I liked the blue-green better because it's a little bluer. The green-blue was a little greener. And since my favorite color is pink, I have pink in the middle. Oh, got out of the lines, but that's okay. Alrighty, now we're gonna cut. Remember when we cut? The big oval's at the bottom, the little oval on top, knuckles down, 3 fingers at the bottom, your thumb on the top. Okay, remember that when we're cutting. I'm gonna cut the fan out first, so I'm gonna take my scissors and cut all the way across. There we go. Turkey's gonna be hard to cut out, but we'll be able to do it. And we're gonna go around. Oh, look right there, it's a half circle. That's my trash, don't need that. Now this is gonna be kind of tricky. So be very, very careful. Now, if you are just starting to learn how to cut, you might want to ask an adult at your house to make an oval around this for you to cut. Okay, they could make an oval for you to cut because cutting the feet is very, very hard. Hello, Mr. Turkey, how are you? Hello, Mr. Turkey, how are you? with a wobble, 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 and a gobble, gobble, gobble. I'm gonna take that off. Hello, Mr. Turkey, how are you? I've been cutting a long time, and this is even hard for me to cut out. So if you're a kid, it's gonna be really hard because you haven't had as many years to learn how to cut. Hello, Mr. Turkey, how are you? Hello, Mr. Turkey, how are you? With the wobble, 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 and a gobble, gobble, gobble. Hello, Mr. Turkey, how are you? That's a very fun song. Okay, to make it easier, I'm going to cut that off, so I don't have all that paper in my way. I don't want to cut his foot off. Goodness gracious, that's so hard to cut. Go around his toes. There we go. A little bit more. Go in the toes. Ooh, that was hard. Now, if you wanted to, I guess you could try to go in the middle of that and cut that out, but that would be really hard. So I'm going to stop right there before I cut his feet off. Now, we're going to need our glue and our toilet paper tube. Okay? Now the front of it, make sure it stands up, okay? The front of it's where we're going to put turkey. So I'm going to put my turkey right there. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that I have glue from here. Now I'm not going to go off the edge. I'm going to be real careful. Come up a little bit from the end. Oh, it's not coming out. To close it, pick off the top. And then, voila, it will work again. Start a little bit. Now, I'm not going to use a lot of glue. Okay, there we go. If I used it and it's all drippy, oh, make a huge mess. So I'm going to put that right on top. Now it's going to stick out. Okay, I want my little turkey to kind of stick out. And I'm going to keep pressing. So it, oh, I want him up a little bit more so his feet don't. Pressing, not too hard. You want your toilet paper roll to stay nice. Awesome. Now, exactly in the back is where we want to put the line. So I'm going to put my roll down carefully and exactly where I want my feathers to go. Now, the key is you got to flip it over. Okay, and I want mine to come up higher. Then see how I made a little bit down here? You actually could just put it halfway and come up. So I want my turkey feathers up here to show. Then push that down. Take that extra glue off. I don't like to have a big mess. I'm going to push it down, make sure it stays, and voila! We have a turkey! Oh my goodness! How fun is he? You could even put a name up at the top right here, and you could put these all over your table for Thanksgiving. That would be so beautiful. Oh my goodness. And that could even be a gift for people at your family, for your family. That would be neat. Maybe if your grandma or your aunt or uncle came, you could make them one for Thanksgiving. How fun. So there we go. There's our cute little turkey. I hope you had so much fun with me today. I had fun with you. Until I see you again, peace, love, sparkles.